Takole za začetek, da se namo pri nas doma pritoževali, kako so urejena parkirišča. Na splošno je tle en kupene svinarije, neočiščeno, nepospravljeno. Revelstoke Mountain Resort. Konec sezone, vse se popravlja, rišta. Pa zdaj tam ne var nekam v deževno meglo.
To remind folks this morning again, our general themes here, for the next couple of days are search and rescue, how they work in the various countries, and the one I forgot last night was avalanche training and certification. So how does it work in other countries, and again, emerging problems and challenges.
We need them to wear one of our transceivers that are maintained by us, and that we ensure the functionality of that transceiver. That's the number one reason. Alright? So I encourage you to turn those off, remove them, or you can have them on your body, I suppose, but you don't need to, we won't be using them today. Like this. Okay, what's in the backpacks? We'll show you as soon as I find the zipper. So, the bigger of the two backpacks contains a shovel and a probe. Smaller of the two backpacks also contains a shovel and a probe. Okay, but that's all it contains, nothing else. The bigger backpack contains a spare pair of gloves, a spare hat, and a little bit of first aid equipment. And it contains the most important piece of equipment that we carry out with us in the field, and that's the radio. In the morning as to where we're skiing, the channels just generally stay put, the radio stays on, the radio stays in the backpack. And then I make a little joke saying that if you hear voices talking to you and you're standing all by yourself in the forest, don't worry about it, it's not in your head. Okay, it's just the radio in the backpack. Make sense? Or trade the radio around amongst you in the group if everybody's wearing a backpack, but the person has to be at the back of the group. Why? Because let's say I am skiing along and I get hurt. I lose a ski, for example. Simple as that. As a guide myself, I stand at the bottom. If 2 or 3 minutes goes by, especially if we're skiing in the forest, I can't see everybody at the same time. People start skiing into me. If the last person or the last 2 people have not showed up and 2 minutes goes by, I start to get pretty concerned. I start to make a plan. I'm reaching for my radio. I'm going to call the pilot and the other guides because I think something is wrong. Perfect. Voila, you have a probe. Shovel, really simply. Let's go. Okay? That's another joke. So that's very, very important. If you're ever confused out there, if you're receiving a signal or giving off a signal, look down. Red light is flashing. Very, very important. It's turned off. And please make sure that you're only paying attention to here. Okay? So, I am skiing around out there, and I'm skiing with you guys. We're having a great day. Things are really, really fun. I stop here. I say, okay guys, I'll see you at the end of my tracks. And I ski off. All gone somewhere down there. You can't see me. Alright? What are you going to do? And this is where I get back to the radio. Number 1, person with the backpack takes the backpack off. Pulls out the radio, says, this is Derek's group. We have had an avalanche. Number 2, somebody is going to need to take charge. So hopefully the alpha male or the alpha female steps forward in the group and says, hey, you guys, our guide's down there. We got to go find him right now. Alright? Very, very important. If you're confused, those white cards that I gave you at the very beginning, pull that out of your pocket and use that right now. Everybody would switch their transceiver to search. It is that leader's responsibility then to go from one person to the other and make sure that everybody's transceiver is on search. Does that make sense to everybody? That's how we start, and that's how we want it done. The next thing we want to do is initiate the search for the buried person as quickly as possible. Here is uphill. So if I skied off in this direction, the last time you saw me was here, and I skied down here, I'm not going to be over there. Okay, very important thing to realize. However, you may find yourself in a situation where the avalanche debris is all around you in a circle and you don't know which way to go. That's why we have these. If you don't know which way to go, you don't know if it's this way or if it's that way, just pick a direction in which to go. Very important thing to realize, if this number is in the 30 meters or the 20 meters, you have to be running. If it's in the 10 meters or less, that's the time to slow down. Okay? So here we go, we're at 12 meters. I continue going forward, and I'm roughly looking at the direction of the arrow. 6 meters, 7 meters. What do you notice with the sound? The sound's gotten a little bit at 3 meters or less. Does everybody notice the difference in sound? This means I'm getting close, and this means I need to slow down. Okay? Here is the next strategy we as a company use. It's a little bit different than everybody else, but we find this works. Notice the cross on the screen. Does everybody see that? This is where we start to employ a different search strategy. At this point, if I am less than 3 meters away, walk sideways, discover where the transceiver is not, then walk back. It was the old grid search pattern. And the same thing we do here. I now take the transceiver, I put it closer to the ground, and I keep walking in the same direction. I'm still looking at the numbers. And all of a sudden I'm finding the sound slowing down, the numbers are getting bigger, I've gone too far. Along this same line, I travel back to where I was closest, where the sound was most aggressive, where the number was the smallest, which seems to be here. Okay, good. Now, at 90 degrees to this loud signal, I choose a direction to go in again. I'm guessing, I have no idea. I go this way. And right away I discover I've gone the wrong way. Come back this way. Getting nice and closer to the ground as it gets louder. And I've discovered that once again I've gone too far. Come back. Here I go. I'm right here, close. Hey, quick, bring the probe. Everybody, bring the probe, hurry. Okay, don't have to do that now. Probe arrived. Heard of folks here. I'm gonna ski down here like this. Make some beautiful turns. I instruct the group and I say, wait, give me 10 turns before the next person skis. However, the next person is just so damn excited they can't. Of this slab avalanche is 150 meters, as bad as it could possibly be. Yeah. Okay? So this is a really, really big avalanche. We're going to need to use the remaining 9 people that are standing here to search this area. Alright? How are we going to do that? Number 1, remember, if you're the person in charge, delegate one person to do what we call in North America a hasty search. That person is the first person that switched their transceiver to search, and they are going to go from the last seen point across to where the other person was and across, like so. They're looking primarily for a ski boot sticking out of the snow, a hand, easy things, something that you don't need the transceiver to find people for. But at the same time, they have their transceiver on search, and if they're over here and they get close, 5-10 meters, they can yell back up to the group, hey, somewhere around here. Send somebody quick. It's close to here. That person continues. Once again, primarily they're looking for surface clues. And secondarily they're looking with their transceiver. Great. Meanwhile, if you have ski poles in your skier, discard your ski poles. Try to get your skis off. Get on your back in any case. Feet downhill. Try to stay on top and swim. Alright? Very, very important. It's very effective also to close your mouth. Try to breathe like that. This is classic whitewater rafting talk, right? Keep snow from getting into your throat. Feet downhill, swimming on top. Right before the snow slows down, you're going to have a few seconds to do the last things. Number 1, make your chest as big as you can. Number 2, get your hands in front of your face. So you create an air pocket and make yourself as big as you can possibly be. Once everything stops and slows down, just relax, try to stay calm. Your friends are going to find you. Okay? That's what we go through.